Congratulations on taking the first step in working toward your plans after high school. This can be a stressful time, and now that you have your ACT score report, you're probably wondering what it all means and how the info can help you. No matter how you feel, there's a lot of useful information on the report. Let's start by breaking it down together to get to what really matters to you. Let's look at this sample report. First, let's take a look at the composite score. For each subject, ACT starts by taking the number of correct answers you received and translates them into a score that ranges from 1 to 36. The composite score is the average of the 4 multiple-choice subject test scores. The STEM score, short for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, is a combination of the math and science scores. The ELA score, short for English Language Arts, combines the English reading and writing scores into one. In this example, the student took all subject tests for the ACT, but if you did not take a particular subject test, that subject score appears as 2 dashes. Additionally, you need to take both the math and science subject tests for a STEM score to appear. Similarly, to receive an ELA score, you need to take the English reading and writing test. The writing portion of the test is optional. This score, unlike the other scores shown, can range from 2 to 12. The writing score is not included in your composite score. Below the number scores, a visual graph offers some additional information about those scores. The thick, solid line is your score. It's important to understand that test scores are estimates of your educational development based on that particular test. So you should think of your achievement on the test as more of a range than a single score. That range extends about 1 point in either direction for the composite score and 2 points for the subject STEM and ELA scores. This means the shaded area around your score represents your score range. In this example, the math score is 19, so the score range for this student is somewhere between 17 and 21. This area also shows the ACT College Readiness benchmarks. Each ACT College Readiness benchmark shows what being college ready looks like in a given subject. As shown in this example, if the score is above or equal to the benchmark in English, it means they've met the College Ready benchmark in that subject. Specifically, it means you have a 50% chance of earning a B or higher, and a 75% chance of obtaining a C or higher in the related first-year college courses. This information can help you plan for further coursework in high school and beyond. Your ACT score report does not include benchmarks for writing or ELA. So we've gone over your scores, which show how you performed in the ACT. We've also talked about the ACT College Readiness benchmarks. Understanding how your scores compare to the benchmarks is the first step to understanding your academic strengths and weaknesses. Let's jump down and look at the detailed results. In this section, you'll see your overall subject score from above. The detailed results provide specific information broken down into what ACT calls reporting categories for each subject. Math, science, English reading, and writing each have reporting categories that help you realize your strengths and weaknesses within each subject. For example, as you can see, science has a reporting category called Interpretation of Data. Let's break this down even more. Each of these categories includes 4 basic pieces of information. First, the name, such as Interpretation of Data. Second, the number of correct responses versus the total possible. In this case, 9 out of 16 answers were correct. Third, the percentage of correct answers. For this example, it's 56%. And the fourth and final component is a graphic showing how you did, the green bar, versus the ACT readiness range, indicated with purple brackets. The ACT readiness range areas allows you to see where you excel and helps you find opportunities for improvement. Specifically, it shows where a student who has met the ACT College Readiness benchmarks on this test would perform. If the graph shows your score falling within the ACT readiness range, this is likely a strength for you. Likewise, if the score is below this range, this could be an area that you target for improvement. The Understanding Complex Text indicator measures just that, your overall understanding of complex text. It indicates whether you're performing at the level needed to succeed in college courses with more challenging reading required. The possible performance levels include below, at, or above proficiency in this area. As mentioned earlier, the writing scores range from 2 to 12. It's important to know that 2 separate reviewers each gave your writing test a score between 1 and 6 for the 4 domains shown. The domain scores are the sum of the scores from the 2 reviewers, and the overall score is an average of the 4 scores rounded to the nearest whole number. These domains represent essential skills and abilities necessary to meet the writing demands of college and career. If you want to know how you stack up against others who have taken the ACT test, check out the U.S. rank and state rank chart. We've covered the first page of the score report, which gives you your personal results from the ACT test. If you are planning on going to college, you can begin to schedule courses that help you improve in particular categories and subcategories. You can also seek out additional resources, such as teachers, counselors, and mentors, or look at the Preparing for the ACT document. Use this information to put yourself in the best position possible to prepare for and succeed in college. The second page of the report also includes lots of valuable information. If you're wondering where all this information comes from, well, when you were preparing to take the ACT test, you probably completed a series of questions about the kinds of things you like to do. Those questions came from ACT's Interest Inventory Survey. Your interest inventory results make up the greater part of page 2. Let's look first at the College and Career Planning section. The circle with information you see here is called the Career Connector. The Career Connector summarizes your interest inventory results, and based on this information, indicates which majors or work areas might interest you in the future. If you look closely, it shows 4 different kinds of work tasks that pretty much all jobs include at some point: working with people, data, things, and ideas. Then it shows your level of interest in those 4 tasks based on your interest inventory answers. In this example, the student may enjoy working with both people and data. The College and Career Planning section also provides a few examples of the kinds of work that may interest you. To learn more about potential occupations that may be a good fit for you, go to www.actprofile.org and check out the career map. ACT research has found that if your interests and your major are aligned, you are likely to be happier and improve your chances of accomplishing your work goals. If you included a potential major in your interest inventory, the Interest Major Fit section outlines whether or not your major aligns with those interests. Understand that it isn't a reflection of your ACT score, just the answers you gave to the questions on the interest inventory. You can refer again to www.actprofile.org for more information. You may be wondering if you should take the ACT test again. Check out the section called Retesting with the ACT. Here are some questions to ask yourself. Do you feel you can do better? Are you attending a college that requires a certain ACT score, and have you met that requirement? Do you feel like you'll see better scores after taking additional courses or test preparation? If you answered yes to one or more of these questions, then retaking the test is something for you to consider. Remember that your test score is only one of many factors that colleges take into account when making admissions decisions. This pie chart shown in the typical composite score on a retest section shows data for 2015 ACT tested graduates who tested more than once, and highlights the opportunities for improvement between the first and second testing. Should you decide to retake the test, there are plenty of great and free resources available to help you improve on the ACT test. Visit act.org to register and look for our test preparation section to learn more. You may remember that during the registration process, you were able to select up to 4 schools to send your scores to at no cost. If you did, your selections appear on the right-hand portion of the Sending Your Scores section. Should you wish to send scores to additional schools, you can always do that too. Go to www.act.org/the-act/scores. For a minimal cost, you can order additional score reports for other colleges. Since not everyone plans to go to college, the progress toward the ACT National Career Readiness Certificate, or ACT NCRC for short, provides an indicator for career readiness. The certificate awarded based on results from the ACT WorkKeys test is a test-based credential you can take that looks at basic work skills important for job success across industries and occupations. The progress toward the ACT NCRC score, shown here, offers a general guide should you decide to earn the ACT NCRC. Well, that covers everything I wanted to share with you regarding the ACT score report. I hope you know that taking the ACT test can give you so much more than just your composite score. You can use this information to make better decisions about which courses to take in the future, consider your major, determine whether to retest, and learn about resources you can use to improve your college and career readiness. In case you missed them, here are the links we've shared throughout this video. All these resources are intended to help you on your path to success. Thanks for taking the time to learn how to put the ACT Score Report to work for you.